Hi everybody, it's Molly and MacKenzie at so-and-so's place. Say hi, MacKenzie.
Hi! You can really see, you can't even see me. It's okay.
Oh, she's shy. All right, we are going to share with you today, we are kind of, I don't like that word hack. We're modifying a pattern. But listen, it's a really cool pattern. If y'all have never heard of the Sew for Home website, you need to go check it out. It's right here on the bottom of this. I hope this isn't coming in backwards, but it just might be. It's Sew for Home, the number 4. And it's a really cool site. And this is the pattern. Now, if you've never done a PDF pattern before, you cut it out and you tape it together. This is the line where this is taped together. So this particular pattern piece, you can see right here, I cut it right on this black line. And this piece I didn't cut on the black line. This is the correct edge of the paper. And I taped these two pieces together. And then I trimmed it all the way around on the edges of the pattern. And then I cut out this piece. This is the main body of the little bag that we're making. This is a roll-up tech bag. And it's what we're going to put all of our little cords and chargers and little earbuds and things in. And this is a pocket that's going to be mounted right in the bag. So we've got all our fabric cut out. And everything is ready to go. We're going to start putting it together now. MacKenzie's a little bit ahead of me here because I've been
talking,
yakking. And so she's going to go ahead and get sewing, and I'm going to get mine pinned together. We both got our pockets. We've already taken the pocket piece, which is just this square that you see here. And we've also already ironed our lightweight interfacing in it. Now the pattern itself calls for using not just interfacing but a fusible fleece and quilting this project. We didn't care to do that, so that's one of the modifications. I like the word modification better than hack. We've modified this. So we've already sewn the pocket together. You just fold it in half and sew it, and we clipped our corners. So when you hear about clipping corners, we clipped to the stitch line but not through the stitch line. All right, so we took that little corner off there, and MacKenzie did such a pretty job on mine, and now here I am. She went ahead and turned and pressed it. But if you press that seam open and then turn it, you're going to get a prettier press. So remember that. Once you sew it, press it open. Okay, see how that's pressed open? And then turn it. Use a point turner. You'll get a prettier turn every time. All right, so this is ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and get this pinned. Now, one thing also that we did that is in the instructions is there are all these lines marked on here. And those are what they're calling the quilt lines. We marked a few of those because even though we're not quilting this project, those stitch lines are going to give this body and give it a little more firmness, which is going to be kind of nice to help hold all of our cords and chargers and things like that whenever we're using this. So you go ahead, you get sewing. And I'll just finish throwing a few pins in here because I need to mark my start and stop places. And did you put your pocket in there?
I marked my pocket, so that's my start and my stop spot.
Alrighty, I'm going to pause for just a minute, y'all, while we get this sewing done. Hi everybody, we're back. Okay, so we went around the edges and I left it open for turning right in the places on the pattern where you'll see the line where it says double pocket position. That's where I put in a couple of, I marked it with pins. I used, you see these red pins in my pin cushion? I stuck those in the fabric, and that's where I left my opening for the pocket. So that should be right here, and that's my opening. I've gone over to the ironing station and I've pressed my seam open, And now I'm just going to reach over here and clip my seams, and then it'll lay right back. So you see right here, I am cutting to, but not through. Alrighty, there's that one. And let me do it this way. It might be a little easier for you to see coming from this side. I'm going to cut to, but not through. I could get a little closer on that one. And the reason for doing that is, you see now this is going to lay just like that in a pretty point. And then over here on my curves, I'll let you see it on this side. I'm going to clip these curves so that whenever they lay down, clip that one. Hang on here. Okay, so whenever they lay down much neater. Alrighty? So let me just do a little curve clipping real quick. One of these days I'll be a real video aficionado, and y'all will be like, gee, Molly, you've gotten so much better at that. And you wouldn't believe how many YouTube videos I watch about doing YouTube videos, and they're all Greek. So I'm just keeping it real. Although I do appreciate y'all's feedback. I really do. I'm not blind to it at all. I feel like Eleanor Burns. I'm making such a mess over here. Mackenzie's just snickering at me. Y'all should see her. I hear her. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn this one right side out now. I have little triangles of fabric everywhere. Ugh. Well, hey, you know what? I'm the one who vacuums. All right. Oh, and I have my handy dandy point turner now, too. This fabric, by the way, is from Art Gallery. It's from our stash, but we do carry a lot of Art Gallery here, but we were doing a little stash busting. Oh, she just stole my point turner.
Just for a second.
All right, so let me go down here and do the rounded edge. See, that front and back looks just right together, Mackenzie.
Yes,
Look
it
at
does.
that. You know what we didn't do?
What?
We didn't put our ribbon in there. We'll have to top stitch it on
well.
when we do our top stitching. We have ribbon for tying it. Okay, I am going in with the point turner. This is the way you use a point turner. All right? You go into your point and you just kind of drive it along that seam, just like that. And you just point it out. Look at how pretty that is. I'm going to go over to this seam, and I'm going to my point, and I am working it out. Look at that. That is so pretty. All right, now I'm going down here to the rounded end. Wowza. All right. Okay, now we have this opening here. And that is where we're going to put in the raw edge of my pocket is going into the raw edge. Oops, we forgot a step, didn't we? I'm going to put that in there, but we've also still got to do our, what do you call, our quilting stitches. You know what, Mackenzie, did you have this problem? Have you tried to put your pocket in there yet?
No, I have not.
Well, I marked my opening and closing edge based on the pattern, but my pocket's bigger than the pattern. Check yours.
Mine's a little bigger too.
I think we're gonna have to take a few stitches out.
Yeah.
So let's
Squeeze
check
that
it
in there.
first by folding this up. And see which way we want to open it. Do we want to open it on both ends or just on one end? All right, y'all, so here's something to watch out for. This is what we're referring to. We marked the openings, so for beginning and ending of our stitch lines, by what it shows here on the pattern. You see right here and right here? But the reality is, our pocket's bigger than that. So we're gonna have to take a few stitches out. So I'm just gonna take a few off of each side and wiggle mine in. No reason to panic. I mean, that's why we have erasers. Just be sure to trim all those little threads because, you know, nobody wants those little hanging pennants there. Which way did you go?
I've got the children's scissors, so I need snippers. Sorry.
Bless your heart. Sorry
I can't do that with little children's scissors. You know, safety first, but still.
I think those were meant for embroidery. Is why they're rounded like that. All right, let me get that tucked in. And I'm gonna have to go hit this with an iron. One more stitch, there we go. It was just way too tight. All right, well, this is what I have now. I have pinned my pocket in here. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna have to go iron all around my edges now and get that nice and neat. But as you can see, I've got some lines marked on here, and those are gonna be my cross stitching lines, okay? And when I'm through, I'm also gonna do a top stitching line all the way around, which is one reason I wanna go press real quick. And then this pocket is going to fold up into my bag, and then I'm going to fold this side down, and that's going to be my other pocket. And then the whole thing is going to be able to be rolled up just like this. And my ribbon is going to be right here, and it will wrap all around it, and that will be my little tech bag. So give me just a moment. I'm going to go iron. And MacKenzie here is going to be doing her sewing too. We'll be right back. Hi everybody, Molly and MacKenzie, we're back. All right, here's the update. I have done some of the rows of the bow quilting. So I've stitched across. This is about half the number of lines that are on the Sew for Home pattern. And I've got my pocket tucked in. I went ahead and did a little row across the top of the pattern of the pocket to reinforce it once I fold it in, and I'm digging in and out of it. And I'm gonna go ahead and,
Sew the sides together?
well, you know, I was, but I think what
Uh-oh.
I'll do is I'm gonna undo this real quick and do a top stitch across here too, just like I did with that pocket. Doesn't that make sense?
Yes.
So, hang on, folks. I'm going to unclip this real quick. And I've been using cheater strips of fabric. If you've never done that before, it's a great way to keep your fabric from going down in the throat plate when you're sewing. Just grab a little piece of cheater fabric and let your machine start stitching on that. Sometimes you gotta double and triple fold it depending on the thickness. This little machine, this is a Magnolia 7330. That's what we have here at the shop. And I'm doing this at about a quarter of a yard down from the top.
Quarter inch,
Mm-hmm.
not quarter yard.
Ah,
Quarter inch.
hey, listen.
That's a lot.
MacKenzie keeps me straight,
I
y'all.
try. It's a full-time
Sure.
job.
Yeah, amen to that. Okay. Maybe not quite a quarter, more like an eighth.
Just hit mine with an iron. Again.
All right, so see there's my little starter piece right there. I'm just gonna snip it off. All right, so my pockets are still clipped where I want them. You know, and sometimes you pin and sometimes you clip. These little clips are just the bomb diggity, y'all. All right, so there you can see I've done that little row of top stitching there. And I'm going to start now attaching everything. You can see I have my ribbon pinned on. I'll hit, this is just a grosgrain ribbon, nylon grosgrain ribbon. I'm gonna hit that with some fray check when we're all said and done here. And I'm going to start doing my top stitching just right here on my pocket. And I'm gonna go all the way around. And at the same distance, at about an eighth of a yard from the edge. Ugh. Nose to needle. And I'm holding my thread so I don't get a spaghetti bowl underneath. Now, I don't know how y'all sew, but we do not sew over needles here. Because that's all you need is something breaking and flying off into your eye. It's not good for your machine, it's not good for your sewing needle. And I'm making sure that the edge of this pocket is, the top pocket here is tucked in, nice and tight, and not hanging out over the outside of the bag. And I'm going to back stitch when I get to it. Give that just a little bit more reinforcement. Okay, I'm going to go across the bottom. Because I don't want to make this too deep down here at the bottom. It's taking away from the size of my pocket. But it's just giving it a pretty finish. And pivot and turn. Take out my clip. Listen to that bobbin dancing down there. It's getting close to empty. I'm playing bobbin chicken. Guess who's gonna win? And back stitch again. And we are on the home stretch. Alright, I'm coming up on my ribbon, and I definitely want to do some back stitching there and reinforcement. Maybe I'll do one of those little mini X's. Let's see here. Let's make this fancy schmancy. Let's pivot and come down this way. And let's come down this way. And one more. Needle up, needle down. And come back this way. And back off again. I think that'll hold. So I just made a big box over my ribbon. And that should hold that for a few years. And we're coming into our beginning. Make sure that thread is out of the way. I am going to put a little bit back stitch here. Just one or two stitches. There we go. And voila, we have top stitched all the way around. Cut off my thread tails because I do not want them to be seen. And the last bit of stitching to do now, you see I've gone all the way around. I box stitched right there on my ribbon. You can see that from this side. How you doing over there, Mackenzie? Let's see.
I'm good. Well, I divided my pocket in half, so I went ahead and did that, and I'm going to fold mine down.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to do this pocket and sew this one down first before I do the end.
Okay, and then you're going to top stitch that right through there?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I am.
Very cool. So now I'm going to pin this down, and I'm going to sew my pocket here and here. So one there and one there. Did you measure for any specific distance for doing your pocket?
I did not. I eyeballed it.
Okay.
So,
hey, that's what I like about sewing stuff for ourselves. We can do it however we want to. All right, now when I sew this pocket down, I'm going to start down here and then sew it all the way to here and then do my back stitch. Yeah, this Bobbin and I are really playing Bobbin chicken.
yeah.
Let's see who's going to make it. Are we taking bets, folks? This one for sure. Should have started with a cheater on this one. It's thick over here. Thread. All right, I have got just enough to do there. Let's see. I think I will make this one even with that one. So one more seam. Here we go. I think this bobbin has it in her. Find my bottom thread. doing over there?
I'm
girlfriend?
good.
All right. A little more thread snipping to do, but there it is. Let's throw some thread in there to get started. Here it is, folks. I threw some thread in the big pocket. Let's see yours, Mackenzie.
Mine's coming together. Getting there.
Looky there.
You're faster than I am.
I like to pedal down. Roll it up. One ribbon around this way and meet the other wherever and give it a tie. And voila, you have something to put your electronics in, your SD cards, your earplugs, your cords, whatever you need, and throw it in your bag. And bright and colorful, and it does the trick. We didn't, in the instructions, they tell you to make your own tie. We used ribbon. We did not put batting in it. We did use interfacing. That does give it some more rigidity. We did just do stitches. We did not do as many rows of stitches. And really, we knocked this out once we cut it out and pressed it in maybe 20 minutes of sewing. So we thank you all for watching. Say hi, Mackenzie.
Hi.
And we thank y'all very much for watching us and having fun with us sewing today. Stop by again soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.